Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Here we are, the two of us.
Indeed.
For this officer, everything changed in an instant.
Well, it can do, can't it? Yeah. With the police force, they just don't know what they're going to sort of get themselves into, really, do they? A lot of the time.
It's you're putting your life at risk every day when you put the uniform on.
Absolutely, without a doubt. I think it's underestimated a bit, really. To be fair,
some of them the power gets to the head. It gets a little bit. They put that uniform on, and they change a little bit.
The problem is there's bad apples in every profession, whether it's police, whether it's doctors, nurses, as we know over here. Teachers.
Yeah, I remember
just any profession, you always get some bad eggs, don't you? But
you do. I remember when I was trying to join the police force over here, and my mum said to me at the time, she went, "It'll change you." I went, "No, it'll change you. You better be careful. You and him.
You'll be the first ones to get your collar felt."
Anyway, let's get into this. For this officer, everything changed in an instant.
Right, okay.
He got whacked so hard that kicked off both of his boots. God, I'm gonna hate looking at this dash cam.
It seemed like a routine call, but it would all change in an instant. This state trooper had just returned to work after an injury on the job, and truly loved his job when this happened. In the morning on February 13th, 2023, an officer from the Ohio State Patrol noticed some debris while driving on the highway. The officer soon pulls over and begins reversing in the breakdown lane just after passing the hazard. This appears to be a typical day for this officer, as you can hear him whistle while he works.
I'm not sure backing up on a motorway or on a highway is the smartest thing to do.
It's a hard shoulder, though, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, what can you do, though? I mean, otherwise it's a long, long way round, isn't it, on the motorway or freeway?
You can just go across the median there and do a U-turn. Across the median.
Right, okay, I suppose, I'm thinking over in the UK, you've mainly got like metal barriers, haven't you? So it'd be impossible to do that.
But because I've seen it where if you see someone on the side of the road, I've seen cars, they have a tendency to veer towards the car on the hard shoulder. Or on the,
there's been plenty of accidents where people have got run over on hard shoulders and things like that,
Well, they tell you to get out of the car already. They say, get out of the car
if you break down and get behind, because there's usually a barrier on the inside as well, with a hard shoulder
move
in
up
the
onto
UK.
the hill or whatever's on the side of the road, into the trees and the grass or whatever. Yeah. Because I imagine it happens more than often.
I think a lot of time, I think sometimes you get like long distance lorry drivers maybe nodding off there because they're always on the inside line, and they sort of like, even if they're just veering by a couple of feet. I think it's like as you're looking towards it might take you towards the because people are nosy, aren't they? Well, they all want to see what's going on. There's nothing going on. Yeah,
you know. But that's the only thing with that. If you're backing up, people tend to veer over, and then the impact's just as bad.
Yeah, it's even worse, isn't it, if you're backing up into it?
Yeah.
However, shortly after he exits his vehicle, his typical day would turn into a horrific accident. Moments after the officer exits his vehicle and walks in front of his cruiser, a passenger vehicle slams into the back of his cruiser. The cruiser is quickly launched forward and immediately slams into the back of the officer. The broken glass seen here is the result of the officer slamming into the windshield before he is flung over his own cruiser. At this point, his own body camera flies off his person and turns on only after it hits the ground. Outside of his camera, his boots, gun, clip, and other accessories scatter the area of the impact. The cruiser violently spins around over 360 degrees after the officer is hit. The video then abruptly comes to an end. Shortly after the incident, a pedestrian that witnessed the accident on the opposite side of the highway slams on his brakes and pulls into the median to assist the officer. Here is what he had to say about the situation.
Could you hear me on the radio at all?
We're all on different channels, so I don't know. On your radio here?
No, on his.
On his?
I saw it. I saw the whole thing.
Yeah,
and I got on the radio and started calling for help, and then nobody responded to me. So I finally just hit his button, and then got on the phone and called in. When she slammed into him, I immediately just slammed on my brakes and slammed into the median. I was close enough. I saw him. I mean, I could see what was that he had gotten out. It hadn't even stopped yet when I slammed into the ditch. His cruiser was still going.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was like an explosion, man. As soon as she hit him, it was just like an explosion. And I got out, of course, checked it was safe to go across, but and then when I got to him, nobody stopped it. Everybody just kept going. So I just talked through him and told him I loved him. Told him that, everything was gonna be okay, and I had him, and I got him. got you.
He's getting emotional, this guy.
Very much so.
Yeah.
He must have been in the right state, though, mustn't he, the police officer?
That's what I'm saying. No, he's not even moving. He's not. It's car stationary, and someone's ploughed into the back.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's like that thing of, you know, all you have to do is someone look down, look away, you know, change the radio
second,
station
doesn't it?
on the phone, texting on the phone. You know,
and it's not much movement, you know, just a few feet either side, and you can be straight into it, even if you just
clip
clip it.
Feet, mate. It could be even, you know, you're talking, it could be inches.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's still, with the force of it, it's still smashed the car forward, wouldn't it?
Bad,
And
man. It's bad.
Terrible.
Things like this. This guy's obviously upset. Clearly
yeah, very
upset.
much so.
Gotcha. And I just moved over to the left, kept right on cruising along. Yeah. You know.
The audio from the officer's body camera seems to corroborate the witness's story.
30 years I did this job and never had to do something, never witnessed something like that.
I appreciate it. Having someone see it, say like they saw everything off the side of the road means a lot. You know, it helps us a lot. And having someone, you know, have the wherewithal to just grab his radio and try to get out and stuff means a lot. But I appreciate you. All right?
Yep. All right. It's just hard, man.
Yeah, I know.
To see a brother laying there like that, in bad shape as he was.
Well, glad it was a brother that stopped me.
The officer involved in the accident is no stranger to serious crashes. In fact, according to officers speaking of the situation from this body cam footage, the officer had just returned after over a year of being on leave for being a part of another accident.
Jeez.
Somebody said he just came back from work.
2 weeks ago. He's been off for like over a year. So Adrian got hit by a head-on driver on 23 down by the casino. Like
that's what set him off for a year
ago, yeah.
During that incident, the officer's cruiser was struck by a drunk driver.
Just got hit by a 7100.
The drunk driver continued to hit vehicles afterwards, causing their own car to catch on fire. According to reports, it would only be a few weeks after this officer's return to the force that he would find himself in another horrendous accident caused by a supposedly intoxicated woman. Soon, police officers interview other witnesses who share their perspective of the driver before the crash.
This guy came, or whoever was in the...
I thought she was going to rear end me. I looked in the mirror and saw her coming behind me, and it's like, holy shit. I floored it and got around the semi that was beside me and got over real quick, and she was gone. Then she got behind me again somehow. I don't know how she managed that. Saw her coming back up through the traffic, just left to right, in between cars and trucks. I almost called 911 when she passed me to report it. I've done that before. I drive pretty much every day for sales and see this too often. She was on the rumble strips at some point, and then she was passing the center line. She was just...
It's not mentioned how she is, because she's ploughed into that car.
I was going to say, I mean...
It doesn't look like a glance sort of thing. She's proper whacked it.
Absolutely head-on by the look of it. I mean, you see the state at the back of his cruiser there. Jeez, what a mess.
Yeah, and
she's taken the full force of that, so...
It's 11:30 in the morning.
You wonder, you know, being intoxicated, whether she'd bother to put a seatbelt on as well. You know, if she was in a state anyway. But,
It's 11:30 in the morning, though.
Yeah, that's bad, man. That is bad.
Back and forth. Because I looked over when she passed me, and you know she's all tattooed up and nose ring, everything else.
They were flying. We were going 75. They passed us like Red Bull Blokes. That was, I don't know how.
And how far away was that?
10, 15 miles back.
We've got a witness in that white F-150 saying they passed her like 10 minutes ago going like 100, driving like a maniac.
witness that said she passed her on the shoulder.
Yeah. So I'm assuming she was probably trying to pass somebody else on the shoulder when she probably just came around and smoked them.
That white SUV all the way back is the scene, though, because part of some of his uniform is scattered all throughout here from when he got hit.
Officers attempt to open the trunk of the cruiser to ensure the officer's possessions are all found. You can see bits of broken glass falling onto the ground as they pry it open. As the officers on scene investigate the damaged vehicles, they periodically receive information about the injured officer and the impaired driver, as both individuals were immediately sent to a local hospital.
I heard that he's got like a broken some broken bones in his leg and some superficial cuts to his face. Do you know his status at all?
He's not good. He's not good. He's critical.
Okay.
So they took him to Grant. They took the other lady who hit him to Grant. So just so you know, there's a shoe there. I don't know if anybody picked that up, and there's one on the other side too, and I think that was his.
Hey, here's his body cam. His body cam. Holy crap, still recording.
Tire went right into the back seat. Luckily, there was nobody in there. Just completely busted through the molded seat.
I'm gonna see if his cell phone's out here.
This must be some speed.
Yeah. Oh, massively.
We were
Yeah.
gonna grab it out of the car, but couldn't hear it.
It looks like an impaired driver.
Okay.
It's at fault.
What's in the car right now? There's needles.
Bunch of paraphernalia. You saw it, right?
I didn't
Oh,
see
you
it.
see it?
The one that
Okay.
Debbie said there's a loaded syringe on the seat. Or in the vehicle somewhere.
All right, there's a loaded syringe in the vehicle.
Unfortunately, during the search of the suspect's vehicle, this officer wore his high-vis jacket over the body camera. We will have to take his word when he mentions what he finds.
There's so much paraphernalia and stuff in that car. She's probably most likely going to be .19. Oh yeah. I haven't dug too far in there, but there's a little baggie. Looks like it's probably fentanyl. 28 years old, 29. They said the trooper was alert and talking and stuff?
They said he was actually out of trauma already.
Oh, really?
Alert and conscious, doesn't know what happened. Lots of superficial head injuries with lots of blood. Appears to be moving all extremities.
Thank God he's going to be all right.
Yeah. A lot worse.
He talked to her. She admitted to, Suboxone, gabapentin, just some other drugs, but says she's been sober for 10 days.
Yeah. Okay.
So, anyways.
Okay.
It is a rental car.
We got a recording from OnStar of that female calling, sounding messed up, saying that she just hit a cop. So we're gonna send that to whoever's email.
So we've got an OnStar call. They've got an OnStar call of the at fault saying she thinks she just hit a cop.
After she hit it?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You just said you're gonna.
That's crazy.
If we got to prosecute him.
Incredible.
Sure sounds like we do. We're gonna prosecute her.
All right.
So
Sounds good.
Both the driver and the officer sustained injuries, but were able to make recoveries. According to reports, the driver at fault for the crash was charged with aggravated vehicular assault, possession of a fentanyl-related compound, possession of cocaine, an additional charge for vehicular assault and operating a vehicle while under the influence. Initially, the suspect pled not guilty to all charges, but eventually pled guilty when a plea deal was presented. She pled guilty to aggravated vehicular assault and possession of a fentanyl-related compound. All other charges were dropped. For this, she was sentenced to 6 years in prison with 2 years of post-release control.
This takes years off your life as a commander.
Might have to forego the gym today and go tomorrow. You got a coat?
What's that?
You got a coat?
I do. It's warm out though. You a coat? Oh, CJ? Cold as hell.
Yeah.
See, if you were fatter like me, you'd have some meat on your bone.
Yeah. At least she got put away for it anyway.
Yeah, she got put away, but not. What's going on here? Right. Yeah, she got put away for it, but not like. Fucking hell.
He got waxed. He got waxed so hard that.
There we go. Wait for Max to do that. Editing that out. Yeah, she got prison time. 6 years. Is it enough? She could have killed him.
Oh,
he's very, very lucky to be alive.
Absolutely, massively. I mean,
lucky, number one, he's lucky he was out of the car. I think.
Yeah,
I think that probably helped.
Quite possibly. Yeah.
But she's hit that. Don't know, doing some speed down. She's obviously taking over somebody on the shoulder.
She sounds like she's been overtaken on the outside, on the inside, going over the speed limit on drugs.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, maybe it should have been longer, the sentence, because she was so lucky that she didn't kill him. And herself, by the way.
6 years, she might
so
have time
lucky.
to sober up in that and think about what she did. Like I say, it's...
But come back as well 2 weeks
how
earlier
lucky-
from
how
being a
lucky
year
was he?
off because of another accident.
Yeah.
I mean,
Incredible.
I think somebody's trying to tell him something there. But, wow.
Yeah, interesting, all right.
Yeah,
Hope
very.
you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.